Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 142. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors. Back here, I'm finally getting my video schedule straightened the hell out, so I'm going to get back to like 5 videos a week, but I'm not going to ramble too much at the beginning of this. If you missed yesterday's video because YouTube is completely messed up and notifies like half the people instead of everyone, video is up there. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Okay, the first news story, not necessarily a wrestling news story, and some people probably don't even want me to talk about him, but CM Punk is training for another UFC fight. He lost his first fight, which isn't a shocker. I mean, it's first time ever in the octagon having a match or whatever, or a fight, whatever they call it. But he's training to do another UFC fight. Should be pretty good. Maybe he'll win it. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. No idea when it's going to be, who it's going to be against, but he's training for it. So, yeah, good luck, CM Punk. Okay, the next news story. So, this one's actually pretty big news. WWE have signed their first female wrestler, the first women's wrestler ever from the Middle East. I have the name right here of the lucky lady. So we all know Bryan and I sucks at saying names, so try not to butcher me in the comments too much. Bessesso, something like that. I'll put it on screen just so, I mean, you can know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. So, yeah, first ever Middle Eastern women's wrestler. That's huge news. I don't know if she's had any prior wrestling experience or wrestling training or whatever, but you might be seeing her NXT here pretty soon. Okay, the next news story. Okay, this one isn't a WWE news story either. I just want to talk about it. Well, I guess it kind of relates to WWE. So, we all know the Bullet Club. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this anymore, but the Bullet Club, if you don't know, they're like getting sued or whatever by WWE because of this. Yeah, so they have to change the hand gesture, I think, or they're getting sued or something like that. So, they changed this. Now, what would they change? Like, they can't do this anymore because this is a copyrighted hand gesture. So, what would they do? So, my first guess when I heard this news, okay, well, it's not really that big of a deal. Instead of doing this, they can just drop the finger down and do this. Like this, I guess, or something like that. I mean, I guess it's kind of similar. But no, they didn't switch this to this. They switched this to this. So they just dropped the pinky. I mean, they can still do the whole clicking with people or whatever, but yeah, this is the new Bullet Club hand gesture. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a company shouldn't be allowed to copyright a hand gesture. Okay, the next news story. So we finally know when Daniel Bryan's contract ends. So if you don't know, Daniel Bryan, he's under contract. He's well, we all know he's the SmackDown general manager, but he's been wanting to wrestle for a while, ever since he retired or ever since he's been injured. He's been wanting to wrestle. Unfortunately, he had to retire. And he's just been trying to find a way around it to try to get back in the ring. If that's going to another company like Ring of Honor or New Japan Pro Wrestling or something like that, he'll do it. But he can't do that until his contract's up. And it finally came out when his contract actually ends. It's going to end September 2018, so roughly around 11 more months. So maybe somehow he can convince Vince McMahon, the powers that be at WWE, to let him wrestle again. I don't know if that would just be like one match or whatever. If not, he's going to go to another company and wrestle. He's going to wrestle either way. Daniel Bryan talked about this. I believe it, heard it on a podcast. He talked really in depth that I highly recommend you listen to. I believe it was the Edge and Christian podcast. I don't know if that's the name of it, but Edge and Christian's podcast. He talked about wanting to wrestle and how he will wrestle again. So he can legally wrestle again in 11 months, but not necessarily for WWE. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. Okay, the next news story. So I don't know if you guys saw the last episode of WWE News and Rumors where I talked about Neville actually leaving the WWE. There was the rumors that he walked out of Raw. He was unhappy with this. He's leaving. He's going to do like a CM Punk type deal and all of this on WWE. Well, there were a lot of questions in the last news episode. Did he walk out? Did he even show up? Is he leaving WWE? Well, I have some of those questions answered. So this is kind of an update to that news story. So I have the facts with Bryan and Hodge right here. So these are the confirmed things we know about Neville and the WWE. Neville didn't actually walk out of Raw because he never even showed up to Raw. Okay, the next fact we know. Neville didn't only not show up to Raw, he didn't show up to the house shows before Raw, like the few, I don't know what days they were, probably like a Sunday, Saturday, and Friday or something like that. I'm not sure if it was like that. I'm not sure if it was like 3 house shows he missed, but he did miss a house show or 2. Okay, the next fact we know. The decision to put the Cruiserweight Championship on Kalisto off of Enzo Amore was made after Neville didn't show up to Raw. The next fact we know, it's something Neville's been talking to his friends or people in the business about. He wants to leave WWE and he asked for his release because he wants to go out on the independents and make a name for himself like Drew McIntyre did, and then possibly come back when he has a bigger name and he won't be stuck in the stupid Cruiserweight division. Okay, the next fact we know, he was highly upset with WWE after the release of the WrestleMania 33 DVD because he wasn't on the DVD, Austin Aries wasn't on the DVD. Austin Aries and Neville both were very upset that they weren't included on the DVD. I'm not sure if that's mainly to do with them not getting royalties from it or whatever, but I mean, if you're at WrestleMania and you're performing in front of all those people, I would want to be on the DVD. And the final thing we know about the whole Neville situation, Neville is out of all the plans for the Cruiserweight division for the next few months. I mean, he walked out, they completely changed their plans, and they do not include Neville anymore. Honestly, who the hell knows what the deal is with Neville? Like, Neville hasn't said anything, no one actually knows what Neville is thinking right now. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be back in the Cruiserweight division like next week or anything, but they might actually grant him his release that he wants, and he might be on the indies soon, might be in your hometown here soon, wrestling. Not for WWE, but for some little independent promotion. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news stories, and now we're going to move on to the rumors. Oh wait, I can't do that anymore. Okay, the first rumor, I guess that could be like a number 1. This is like the, I forgot to mention, they're calling this the 1 suite now. Instead of the 2 suite, it's a 1 suite. But let's talk about the Bullet Club. This has to do with the Bullet Club, kinda. It has to do with the Young Bucks. So the Young Bucks are actually working with WWE now after all this mess. I mean, it's not just that. They were getting freaking letters from WWE way before that. But the Young Bucks are rumored to be working with WWE. I don't think directly, but they're working with 2K Sports or whatever for the next WWE video game. Apparently, so many people are making Young Bucks characters or playable characters in the WWE 2K video games that they're actually getting the Young Bucks to do their moves so they can like motion capture or whatever their moves and put them in the game. I don't believe they're actually going to be doing like head scans and actually put the Young Bucks in the game since they're not WWE talent, but they will be putting their moves in WWE 2K19, it looks like. Okay, the next rumor. If you thought that rumor was crazy, you're going to think this one's even more crazy. So, Kalisto just won the Cruiserweight Championship off of Enzo Amore, and they're having their rematch, or they're having a match against each other at the TLC pay-per-view. Enzo's getting the title back, so they're flip-flopping the title. I mean, why even put it on Kalisto? Like, Enzo already had it. Just leave it on the guy if you want him to be the champion. I mean, don't have to flip-flop the title and like make the title all worthless and crap, but yeah, Kalisto's losing the title at TLC. That's the rumor. Okay, the next rumor. Jinder Mahal, our precious WWE champion, is injured. Don't worry, he's not going to miss any time. Okay, I'm not going to pretend because some people are going to think I'm serious. I'm personally not a fan of Jinder Mahal. If you are, that's cool. You're definitely allowed to have your own opinion, but Jinder Mahal is injured. He's not missing any time. It's just a minor shoulder injury. Probably going to bug him for a little while, but it should heal itself. Okay, the next rumor. So, Survivor Series is coming up, and for the past few years, we've had like a Raw versus a SmackDown tag match or whatever. Well, this rumor is that we're actually having multiples of those matches. I don't know if it's going to be just like a 2-on-2 and then have the 6-on-6 or whatever. I'm not sure, but the rumor is having multiple Raw versus SmackDown matches. The next rumor. This one's going to be very exciting for all of you indie fans. I don't know why, I just like saying independent more than indie, it just sounds better, but good news for, so this rumor is going to excite all the independent wrestling promotion fans. See, God, I can't even talk today. So if you're a fan of indie wrestling, Ricochet is reportedly coming to the WWE. I believe he's going to NXT and not to the main roster. I mean, sure, he probably deserves to be on the main roster, and he'll eventually be on the main roster. It's just, it's a good thing. Like, if I was a major independent talent, which I'm obviously not, and I was getting signed to the WWE, at this point, I would really want to be in NXT because the main roster is just flooded with such good talent, and all these former giant independent stars on the main roster. There's just not going to be room to put everyone in a perfect spot. Go to NXT where they have a few spots open, and I think you'll be better off in NXT. So Ricochet coming to WWE, probably going to be in NXT. I believe that's what they're going to do, but Probably sooner than later. I don't know exactly when, but just be expecting it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about in this video. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Brace yourselves for this. You gotta brace yourself. I hope you're sitting down. Hope you're sitting down for this. So, the rumor is Survivor Series is coming up, right? The rumor is at Survivor Series we're going to be having a champion versus champion match. All right, sounds good, right? No, so it's gonna be Brock Lesnar. It's rumored to be Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. You taste that? Yeah, that just leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth. So Jinder Mahal, Brock Lesnar, not a good thing. Like, sure, it's cool to have champion versus champion, but the problem with doing that, someone's looking weak as hell. Like, whoever's losing is going to be, I don't know, that championship's going to be degraded or whatever. I mean, I think it would, obviously Brock would have to win this match just to make him look good, being that Universal Champion or whatever, the bigger guy, and he's supposed to be main eventing WrestleMania and all that stuff. It's just not a good idea. You're just going to make Jinder look weak. You're going to make the WWE Championship look weak. You're going to make SmackDown Live look weak, weaker than it already is. So I just don't think that's a good idea. I mean, let me definitely comment down below. Let me know. I will be replying to most of you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know. What do you think of this? Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal in the main event, like main event of Survivor Series. I think it's an absolutely terrible idea, but definitely let me know in the comment section down below. And there you guys have it. That is this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is the end card. Down there's my second channel. Over here are some previous videos you guys may have not seen that you'll probably enjoy. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to like this video. And if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. It's absolutely free. I will see you guys in the next video.